Hello everyone, welcome to Mobility Conditioning or Mobcon. We are going to take care of your feet today. They do a lot of work just holding us up. Alright, so we're going to take care of those. Backing up, backing up. Not gonna step on any of my equipment. Okay, I'm going to do most of this stuff standing up. We're going to start with a tennis ball, move to a lacrosse ball, then go to the rolling pin, a bumpy roller stick, and introducing the Hyper Ice vibrating ball. This thing is now my prized possession when it comes to rolling. Believe me, the cats don't actually like this thing. They're like, what the heck is going on? That thing is making noise. And if you use it on the third setting and you live in an apartment on an upper floor like I do, you might get a knock on the door from your neighbors. It's possible. They can probably hear this through the floor. Right, Artie? You don't like it, and probably the neighbors don't either. But oh well, I'm using it anyway. Alright, so let's roll just one foot that I'm going to roll, but please do this on both your feet. Don't be lopsided. It's more likely than one foot is worse than the other. Okay. I got a chair just in case I don't want to pay attention to my balance, and I just want to focus on that ball. Here's your little feetsies. They're important to us. They need our help. Most people don't realize they have issues with their feet. So instead of me talking too much, let's just get our foot on this ball. I'm going to start with my toes, okay? I want to get my toes working. I want to get my toes flexible. You can use a pencil or a pin on the floor and exercise your feet trying to pick up the pin with each of your toe. I'm just going to spread my toes onto the tennis ball, put some weight in there. The cool thing about the tennis ball is it deflates a little bit, so I can gauge how much air I'm kind of pushing down into that ball. While I just grip with each of my toes. I can grip with the little toes, the middle toes, my big toe. Ooh, I felt a little crack in my foot. That's good. I'm going to go with the ball of the foot, put pressure in the big toe, and the big knuckle of my big toe. Alright, and then in the middle, I'm going to flex, curl the toes, extend the toes, extend them up to the ceiling. I'm going to push the little toe knuckle bones into the ball. I'm just stretching the muscles in here, feeling for what's tight or what's painful. We don't want any pain in there, so we're rolling away the pain. Go a little farther onto your foot now. So we're from the ball of the foot, a little after the ball of the foot. Flex and extend the toes. Flex, extend. Move from one side of the foot to the other. And then move down into the arch of the foot. Take your time if this is painful. Wiggle the toes around. Get those guys active. Work the fascia, work the muscles. You've got muscles in those feet. It's not just a bag of bones. RT, you're in the way. If you lose your ball, just go back for it. Going farther back onto the foot. So I'm a little closer into my arch. This is the wider part of the foot, so I can go from the inside, extend and flex the toes, to the middle, extend and flex. If you're new at this, don't do it too much. You don't want to stress out your feet or make them angry or sore. Just want to introduce them to this so that you can do more of this longer. Go from the outside of the foot to the inside of the foot. Get closer to the heel and the foot's more narrow. Put pressure along the heel. RT just stole my lacrosse ball. Will you bring that back, Bubba? I'm going to use that next. Trade balls. Trade balls, Bubba. Now you can take the tennis ball and I'll take my lacrosse ball. That would have been so funny. As if this was my same foot, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm starting at the toes. Work my toes from little toes, middle toes, big toes, and now RT has the tennis ball that he's playing with. Now, with the multiple sclerosis that I was diagnosed with, it affects my left leg. So balancing on this ball is actually a challenge for me. And steadying myself in one spot is actually a challenge. So that's great. Work my brain on this side of my body. I've got the right side that's still pretty strong and unaffected. Great. I work it, but it works too hard. I need to work that weaker side of my body. So whether there's any sort of neurological issue on why one side doesn't work as well, we're all asymmetrical. I'm just doing the same thing here, guys. And you can roll a little faster when it's a lacrosse ball. Roll up and down. It's harder. So again, you don't want to stress out the feet. You want to make the feet happy. Just roll, roll, roll. When you're on the heel of the foot, if you've got plantar fasciitis, and again, this leg doesn't balance on that ball like my right side, push and roll into the heel because that's where that tissue attaches. Now, if I do that on my right, I can balance on that. It has the coordination, the neurons, all those are not damaged for the left side of my brain to work the right side of my heel. So I can stay on that better. And this side is like, it's a little wobbly, hard to stay on, but important for me to work my brain. This is all got a double purpose here. We're standing like this and working our balance and our tissues. With the rolling pin, the rolling pin is my favorite for the feet. You can spread the toes out on that rolling pin. Get them to stretch. Again, this foot's not coordinated, okay? Leg's not coordinated. Gonna do it anyway. You gotta fight through this stuff. Spread those toes. Grip with those toes. And work that side. And if the camera's shaking, it's